Yeah, that's me and my team, and we're not in a social gathering. We're there in the Tumur exhibit in Lahsa to carry out our community service about the topic of online predators as a part of a national competition we're participating in.
I know you're wondering, what's the connection between dates, coffee, and online predators? And you're right, there's no connection whatsoever. But just like a newly born idea, they start off basic, mostly wrong, but that's before they evolve into something amazing and effective.
This is exactly what we did when we started educating our community about the dangers of online predators. We thought a simple presentation with shocking facts and tips would do so we carried on into 4 different places.
In young boys' classes who seemed to feel like the topic was above them, saying, "Are we that dumb to give our personal information to strangers?"
To older girls who were looked at us like we were some aliens talking about a taboo topic that was not allowed to be discussed around parents.
To parents and adults in Jamia Tanmi Asariya taking a makeup workshop that we interrupted to give off our presentation, turning our heads sometimes, looking in a wig, resting on an artificial head, was awkward.
And for a bigger audience, we thought, why not go to Ma'rad al-Tumur, the dates exhibit, where a lot of people are going to be there, a bigger audience, mostly parents, and a perfect spot. And they would definitely be interested, right? And they were interested, but not in the presentation, but the coffee.
So we had to do the only thing we can think of. You want coffee? Sure, but listen to us in return.
And then we successfully submitted our community service to the judges, who in return criticized us for our choice of ideas and the places we went, claiming that our work lacked creativity, was not sustainable enough, and did not address the community's needs.
And they're right. But just like as the dedicated members of the team we are, we decided that we tried to think as wild as possible and generated, and a very interesting list of what we deemed was creative, sustainable, and effective.
We first started with suggesting a national day for cybersecurity and getting it in motion.
Recreating an FBI experiment by faking a child's account and so we can learn those predators in and report them to authorities so they can get them locked up and become national heroes.
Get a therapist to volunteer and offer his services to victims of our community.
Contact cybersecurity and interview them to share their knowledge and raise awareness about the issue as part of the documentary we are planning on creating.
Creating a social media campaign under the hashtag #ProtectOurYouth, where people can post creative photos and videos about the topic.
Yes, we had a lot of fantasies in our La La Land that seemed quite possible in our head. But after all, they say the sky is your limit. But we had to face the harsh reality. Most of the ideas that we had on the list were either unethical, dangerous, or even beyond our modest means.
What we were particularly passionate about and thought was doable was reaching out for the cybersecurity authorities. But none of them agreed to participate in our interviews, claiming that it was against the law and could lead them into dangerous consequences.
At this point, we were very confused. What was more dangerous, the predators themselves or talking a bit about them? And why is it so difficult to find official sources and get their attention in time for a noble cause?
Now, we didn't let this stop us from carrying out our main task. So this time, we took a different approach and summarized it in 3 guiding questions.
What does our community need? Is it engaging and suitable for our targeted groups? And how to reach a wider audience?
Now, for our first question, what does our community need? Now, we surfed the web to see what resources were already available for educators, parents, and kids, and we found only 4 initiatives.
Cyberkids.org in Saudi Arabia, Cyberkids certified in Dubai, CKC, Cyberkids.gov by the government in Iraq, and some Google Games in Arabic.
Mind you that we noticed that there's a scarcity in Arabic material while there's plenty and plenty of English resources. So we thought, why not create our own website where we could create and gather our own resources in both languages? And so Angelingo CyberEd saw the light.
To come to the second question, is it engaging and suitable for our targeted groups? So, to answer that, we decided to know who our targeted groups were and design materials to suit each.
Now, as for educators, we came up with a debate lesson plan of online friends are not legitimate friends, and we provided a rubric and a list of resources in both languages, and we actually managed to hold a debate with one of the classes.
For the parents, we thought, why not give them first-hand experience? So we obtained the consent of some parents, and we assumed to be a role as an online predators and approached their kids. We recorded the reaction and shared it with the parents. We also interviewed some parents as a mini part of our documentary. A wise man learns from the mistake of others, a fool of his own.
Now, as for children, we shared a story that we translated into Arabic as well as our VR game in both languages.
For the victims, we share all available resources from hotlines, counseling services, and self-help materials in both languages. We're done.
At this point, we were left with the third question. How can we reach a wider audience? We managed to give our website to our school's Department of Activities for a whole school campaign about this. We also figured that the Ministry of Education will also be launching a similar campaign, so we managed to get our website listed as a reference to be used by all educators across the region. We tried to make it as diverse as possible, like a fruit salad. You add to like something in it. If pineapples don't appeal to you, then you would go for the mangoes. And if grapes aren't your thing, then cherries might do. And finally, was it an easy task? No. We had to deal with many refusals that we might never win. So why bother? We can always fake stuff and get away with it. And we are unnecessarily taking the road less traveled by just for a competition. However, it was a rich experience, one that we feel has become part of who we are today, and one that we hope is fruitful now and in the afterlife. Since the Prophet, peace be upon him, once said that one deed that extends beyond a lifetime is ilmun yuntafa'u bih, the knowledge that others may benefit from as long as it's sustained. With the work that we did, we scored that point by making available what we deemed beneficial information to everyone in the community and beyond. And lastly, we might have attempted to take the road less traveled, but as Robert Frost once said, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.